Hello, and no, it's not a bloody beer review. October last year, we had issues with the car. We came back from Bridlington, and the wife says there's this shaking on the bloody on the gears, and it didn't bother me, but it did bother her. And took it to the garage at Moorbridge, a garage at Moorbridge in Nottingham, and he turned around to us and says, your flywheel mast, or whatever it's fucking called, needs a replacing. And then he says, but why are you doing that? You know, your timing chain, because it's done the miles it's done, and maybe your clutch as well are going to need replacing. Quoted a fee of 2,500 quid, and he says, you're better off just keeping your money and not spending it and getting rid. So anyway, we went to a pub with our Happy Drinkers collective. Spoke to a friend who recommended somebody who'd done work on his cars, good person. Anyway, we told him what had gone off. We messaged this bloke, told him what was gone off. He quoted us a price of, without the parts, 650 quid labour to do this work. So we're like, we'll have a look, see what the parts cost. We went to our mate, whose father-in-law works in the car parts business. We got the parts for a good price, 800 quid for the parts, 800 flipping quid. So that, and the price, 650, well, 1,500 quid. You know, the price of second-hand cars is shit these days. So we went for it. Borrowed the money off my son, because we're not rich, nowhere near rich. Struggle from week to week. We're not like these rich fucking tourists, but don't get me started on them twats. Bloke turned around to us and says, I'll give you updates. Should be about a week. 3 weeks later, he said, is there any updates on the car? Then got sent a video with the engine in, and it's running. Anyway, just before Christmas, got the car back. Bloke turns around to us and says, yeah, the gears are a bit stiff to get in, but it'll wear in. Basically, that's basically what he says. Okay, new clutch, gears not going in. And I told somebody at work, and they're like, shouldn't it be going in easy as hell? Anyway, told him, said, look, we can't drive it, it's fucking undrivable. I even took it to work for 2 days, all the way over to Newark. Brake, I said to the wife, I said, put your foot on the brakes. Fucking hardly any brakes at all. Took it to the same garage who's had work done on us. No, says it's in a he told us, says it's in a dangerous condition. Don't touch this car. Go straight to trading standards. So we did. Went to Citizens Advice. Citizens Advice told them the issues. They sent us to trading standards. Trading standards said they wanted to prosecute this bloke. Without all the evidence, they couldn't go ahead with it. Not 100% anyway. Or because of financial stuff these days, maybe it's just that, I don't know. So then we went to the bank and applied to get our money back, because we paid via credit card. Sent them all the information. They agreed, and they gave us our money back. And now the wife, she's you know, fed up with waiting, she's sent the car to a garage for them to, you know, assess what the hell's going off. Not do any work on it, just assess. So they've put the car on their ramps. Straight away they've said there's bolts missing where there shouldn't be bolts missing. The brakes are hissing. Brakes shouldn't be fucking hissing because they weren't hissing before. There was nothing wrong with the car before. It used to go into gear perfectly. It drove perfectly. It was a speedy 1 Series BMW. No gear, no problem with gears, no problem with brakes, no problem with the engine. Only that flipping flywheel mast. And so anyway, it's gone there today. And this is only the first part of what I know. And I'm going to take a video, and I'm going to go. You know, I'm absolutely broken-hearted because we've spent a lot of money on this car, and we took the gamble where do you go and get another car? Do you not? You know, and it's always tricky with cars. And the car is in a dangerous condition. The new mechanics that have looked at it were genuine mechanics. I've turned around to us and says the best thing you can do with this is scrap it. He says it could cost you $1,500 to repair, but it's all the work that we don't know that he's broke further in that could make it a bigger job and a bigger job and a bigger job. And so the sump, he's broke the sump on the car. He's done something when he's moved the engine, dropped the engine out, and he's cracked the sump. He's put this black bitumen stuff on, I presume it's something like that anyway, onto the sump. And you know, you think to yourself in life, fucking hell, can you kick us? Can you kick us while we're down? Well, thank you. You know. And this person on Facebook, he said, small businesses. I'm appealing for everyone to help small businesses because Facebook don't help small businesses. What small businesses that were in cars, that take a car that's worth, you know, 2.5, 3 grand minimum, and destroy, and with 800 quid's worth of parts, and destroy the flipping car. Oh, thank you very much. I mean, are there any decent people left in this world? Because, you know, at the moment, I'm not feeling it. I really am not feeling it. I'm not feeling, you know, mechanics. You know, if I was to do somebody's garden or do some work for somebody, I will not be happy until it's perfectly as I would want it to be. I would never try and bodge something up, walk away and think, they're not going to notice. You know, how can you not notice a car that you put your foot down on the brakes and there's no brakes? The brakes, your foot goes to the floor. You know, my grandkids and my wife could have been in that car. And the gears were shit. You know, you're fucking chunking the gears backwards. And it's like, Jesus Christ, I've never come across this in a car. I've had it in council vans, but council vans get hammered. And like with the brakes, you put your foot to the floor to do an emergency stop, and you stop 30 meters later. Not within a few meters, 30 meters later. That means you could be dead. And I've lost all faith. I've lost all faith. I've lost faith in the legal system. Can prosecute this person and get our money back. I've lost faith in mechanics. I've lost faith in the mechanics at Moorbridge because they put an exhaust on my Skoda, and the exhaust was blowing literally a day after. Took it back. Yeah, oh fucking hell, what's he done here? The engine management light came on, and didn't put the cable back in, which is obvious, which can be done, I suppose. But then he put some paste around the exhaust. Exhausts are one of the easiest things on cars to fix. Still blowing like a fucking air. It was blowing on the MOT that they did, and it made me laugh because on the MOT it turned around and says blow on exhaust minor, and that was a minor fault. And I thought, you're the fuckers who fitted my new exhaust. And it's your fucking fault, not my fault. paid you the money to do it. Fucking do the work. If you pay me to mow your garden and I've left half your garden, then, hold on, mate, you fucking left half the garden. Where's the other half of the garden mowed? But the BMW is just heartbreaking. You know, we put all our money into it, borrowed money off my son to pay for it. It was the car, you know, it's a lovely car. It still is a lovely car, looking, but it's ruined, and it's like, I just have no faith. We're all fuming, absolutely fucking fuming. We're not rich. We're not the sort of people who can go spending thousands. And the anger levels, you know. Yeah. How can you work on somebody's car and put that car in such a dangerous condition as to you know, so dangerous that you're putting people's, my wife and my grandkids' lives, and my wife's son and grandkids' lives in danger. That is absolutely fucking disgusting. Fucking disgusting. Will the legal system help us? Have we got to keep chucking money? Can't afford to chuck money. You know, not the sort of people who can afford to keep chucking money. Do I want this person to get away with it? No. No, I fucking don't. I'll do a video before, and then I'll start tagging people in, and then I'll start going after people on Facebook and that, because the more that people know, the better, you know. And if I can stop somebody else getting their car ruined, and a death trap, you know, if you make a fuck up, own up to your fuck up. Cheers up.